Well, hello everyone. A company out of China that sells on Amazon contacted me about a week or so ago and wanted to offer a soldering station for review. And this is the QFun 926 soldering station. So they sent me one to review, and we're going to take it out, unbox it, tear it down, have a look at it, put it back together, test it out, and I'm going to give it away. In fact, I think I'm going to give away 2 of them. So we'll see how it is. It's we'll look at the quality of it and make sure they ain't hazardous. You know, make sure everything works on it like it's supposed to, and we'll test it out and see what it is. Let's go ahead and get it out of the box here. Instruction manual, 1 page. A little bit of information about it. There's a bracket to hold a roll of solder. Sorting tip cleaner. One little brass sponge. There's a roll of 0.5 millimeter. No, it's 1.0 millimeter. Lead-free solder. Sponge, pack of 5 tips, plus it has a tip already installed. So looking here on the Amazon page, you can see this thing sells for $39.99. That's pretty cheap if it works. It's not a bad price. Soldering station, 65 watt soldering station kit, 392 degrees Fahrenheit to 896 degrees Fahrenheit, adjustable temperature. It works in Celsius and Fahrenheit. LED. Soldering station has a 10-minute sleep mode. Solder bracket, 5 extra tips, and 2 solder wires. I only saw 1 in the package. And looking here at the picture, it looks like it had 1 small roll of solder wire, as they call it. There's a built-in and internal ceramic heating element, which runs up the temp to 480 degrees C for 15 minutes for strong welding, fast heating up, fast temperature compensation, anti-static design, and ESD safe, adjustable temperature range. I'll leave this link down in the description box below so you can take a look at it. So, you know, we're off the back. We got the Celsius Fahrenheit switch control. The off on switch is right on the front instead of on the back like most of them are, which that's pretty handy. So you can reach right down and turn it off. But it's very light. It don't weigh much at all. Let's go ahead and pop the screws out. Now you're not going to see any fuses in these, which you know, over the years You very seldom see a fuse in a soldering station. Even the old welders did not have fuses in them. So I'm not expecting to see a whole lot in here. The lead to the handpiece does not unplug or anything like a lot of them that you see. Okay, I'm going to pull a circuit board out. To remove this knob. Well guys, that's a bit surprising. As you can see, the circuit board is well laid out. There is a internal fuse right on the board. It's one of those little small fuses. We got a microcontroller. I cannot read any of this stuff, but as you can see, it's all SMD. So, you know, it's put together very nicely. They also used surface mount caps. Look on the other side of the board, we can see there's a dual part control, our LED display, and our selector switch for Celsius or Fahrenheit. I was not expecting to see that in this little unit. Used a microscope to look at the numbers on it there. Very hard to read, but it appears to be a F94C8-ZZ, and that's the microcontroller. We got a optocoupler just under that, and that is a MOC 3041 optocoupler. Got a big old capacitor here. Move the microscope out of the way. There's one little transistor here. And other than that, that's about all she wrote. Not a whole lot more in this. Just some little passives, couple of transistors, regulator. Not a whole lot to it. Very simple little circuit. Perhaps this is looks like programming for the microcontroller built right on the board. Yep, all pins go to the bottom of that microcontroller. So very simple design, nothing really amazing going on, but it's, and I see why now I couldn't get this black piece off. Most time they just fall off of the soldering stations, but this one is actually bolted on. So the only really big complaint I've got about the soldering station itself is how light it is. I mean, I don't have a scale in here, but it's pretty light. But the good thing is the cabling that they use to the handpiece is very, very, very flexible. So, you know, if it was stiff like the power cord, you would have problems pulling this thing all around the workbench. But it's flexible enough that it holds. You could easily put some lead weight in the bottom on the inside. Plenty of room in there, and that'll give it a bit more weight. But can't complain about that. And we got our typical style of iron. Expose the ceramic element at the tip. And like most of them, you just push it right out. You got your heating element wires here and your temperature sensing wires on this side. So it's exactly like the Xtronics. So it shouldn't be no problem getting new ceramic heating elements for this. And the soldering looks fairly good. So this is one of the heating elements from the Xtronics. And it looks like it's just about the same. This is about 3/16 of an inch longer, but I'm sure it'll work right in there with no problems. So if we compare the soldering iron tips, they are exactly the same as the Xtronics, which is a Heiko clone. It's all it is. So yeah, it's not much difference. I will say that this is a little bit shorter than mine, again by 3/16 of an inch. It's the same size nut that's on the the Xtronics. So you know, it's all a clone of a clone of a clone. I've installed one of my slightly used tips instead of heating up one of the new tips, and we'll turn it on. It's set for 392. It come up pretty quick. Let's turn it over to max. See just how long it takes to get up to temperature. I tell you, it heats up very quickly. 396. And it's definitely hot. Turn it down to about 730 or so. Let's turn it on 700. You can see it counting down. I'm not sure if y'all can see that display on camera. I don't know if the shutter speed is going to cause a problem or not. It's 700. Okay, I got the iron set for 700 degrees. Got the temperature probe on the old Klein. Looks like about 600 degrees. some solder on this tip. Yeah, it's showing about 671 while it said it's 700. Let's run it on up to, let's run on up to 890 degrees, and it's 896 degrees. About 879. Well, let's just hit 880. Okay, I set the iron to 400 degrees. Trying to get the glare off so you can see it's at 400 degrees. And let me reflash the tip. So it looks like down on the low end, they said at 400, we're getting about 330. Well, but about 350 degrees, 358. So not too bad. Digital control is working, and it's not too far off. So it's a little bit lower than the actual temperature is a little bit lower than what the display is reading. So no problem. We switch it over to C for Celsius, 205 degrees. So not too bad at all. So they give you this little bracket here. You can see it's bent in on one side, and it's got a rubber pad on this side. They supply 2 screws. I guess in case you lose a screw, you'll have an extra. You just put that through there, and there's a little, it's like brass insert. That's easy to install. Got a little spindle here, holds your solder. And there you go. Pretty neat. Guys, I'm really impressed with this QFun soldering station. It's works as it's like advertised. I see nothing wrong with it. Again, the only thing is the weight. By adding the bracket and roller solder, does put a little more weight on it. Does come with one of these little old sponges that I never use. I always use the brass tip cleaner, and that will probably last a little while for it. But it seems to be a decent built little unit. Again, you know, it's cheap. It's not something that you want to use in a production environment, or probably every day working in a shop. You know, I just don't know how long it would last. I know the electronics I got is it's a lot bigger, has a lot more capabilities to it, and it's a fairly robust machine. But I mean, if you're just starting out and you want a cheap soldering station, it lasts you 2 years, you know, and you've lost 40 bucks. So you can't really beat that. And from the time it ordered to the time it got here was only a few days, so you know, you can get one pretty quick. So like I say, I'm going to give this one away. I'll put the original tip back in, let everything cool off, and box it up. But again, you know, if you just need a cheap soldering station to just maybe throw in the vehicle to run out and do a job, or you're just a small hobbyist, does stuff from time to time, I think it's a nice little station to have. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank QFun for sending this in. We're not tied to affiliated with QFun in any way. They were just nice enough to send me an email and ask me if I will review one, and I will give them my honest opinion about it. And my opinion is it works. I don't know how the longevity of it's going to be, but it is a working station and does what it says it's going to do. So leave your comments down below, guys, and we'll run this for a couple of weeks. And again, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and if you would, click that bell icon below and let you know when every video is uploaded. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.